For the first time since 2009, the Dallas Cowboys have won a Week 1 matchup against a team that was not the New York Football Giants. Behind the impressive performance out of their defense, the Dallas Cowboys take down the Cleveland Browns 33-17. The offense looked very good in the first half, very conservative second half. That's maybe a concern, but that game was a 90+% win chance. At the 2-minute mark of the first half, the game was over. I'm actually okay doing that. Dallas takes care of business, beats a playoff team last year in the Browns, 33-17. So I want you guys to grade the Cowboys against the Browns. If you want to give it a B because the offense slowed down, that's fine, but it should not be lower than a B. Even like an A. Like, I am thrilled with what we got out of the Cowboys. They were underdogs on the road for a reason. They took care of business. First time they've scored 30-plus points in season openers in consecutive seasons this century, 1997-99. They took care of business in this one. However, there is something we're going to have to monitor. That is the Jake Ferguson knee injury. As of filming, no updates on Fergie. He left the game with a knee injury, kind of looked like it maybe dislocated it a little bit, hyperextension. Haven't seen details yet. Maybe we get some tomorrow. Is absolutely worth monitoring. This Ferguson knee injury, just on a normal tackle. Didn't look that bad, but he did get banged up. John Stevens Jr. was already entering this game with a hamstring injury. They put Luke Schoonmaker out there plenty. They'll use Hunter Luepke at fullback, but they don't have a Jake Ferguson replacement. You know, Cooks had a TD pass today. That's great. I think Ferguson is your second best playmaker. The Browns matchup was probably pretty favorable to limit him. He only caught 3 passes for 15 yards. Again, your offense kind of didn't try that hard in the second half, frankly. But that is one worth money. I am worried about it. We'll get details when we get them, but hopefully he's okay. Let's talk takeaways against the Browns. Then we'll get to my recap of keys to victory. The run defense was awesome. The final stat line is going to say, oh, the Browns were at 19 plays, 93 yards, 4.9 yards per carry. It was all garbage time. The Browns offense did nothing early in that football game. All their long runs came when the game was over on like draws and stuff. Like, who cares? The run defense did its job. Jerome Ford was bottled up for almost the entirety of that game until the last drive. That's fine. I don't care about that. The run defense did its job. I am very happy with what we got from this. Only one game. The game script was in their favor. All of those things are true. But they weren't getting pushed off the ball that hard. The linebackers were in the right spot. The front guys ate those blocks properly. I'm happy with how that run defense fared. So give me your one-word reaction to this Cowboys game against the Cleveland Browns. One word and one word only, especially if the ad comes here on the YouTube side of things. I thought Ezekiel Elliott was very good in this football game. If you can promise me 10 carries, 40 yards, a touchdown every game, okay, I'll take it. That's fine. Even like the 4 yards per carry, he had a late carry that like kind of didn't go for much, but the game was over. He was above 4.5 for a good portion of the football game. I thought Zeke played well. Had a hurdle that was called back on a holding penalty when you were very sloppy on that first drive. I thought Zeke played well. If I can get that out of Ezekiel Elliott every week, knock on wood, I think that is a positive. Yeah, Dowdle and Lamb had your 10-plus yard runs. That's fine. I thought Zeke more than did his job. Had a touchdown run. The anytime TD was easy money. It's fine. I thought Zeke played well. My toast in the tub will come on Wednesday, by the way. Number 3, Micah Parsons. He was awesome. The stat line, again, doesn't even do this justice. It goes down as 4 tackles, a sack, a TFL, a pass breakup, and 5 QBs, which was awesome, by the way. But he had several plays. His pressures led to other sacks. There was the one coming off the edge, gets the sack, gets the pressure. Watson rolls right. Tank Lawrence gets the sack. Awesome. That pass breakup went for a pick. I don't know about you guys. I'd rather have a pick than a sack. I think that's a more positive thing. I thought Micah Parsons and your defense overall were very, very impressive in this football game. More takeaways and comments to come, but today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. It is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, it's just you against the numbers. You're not battling thousands of other players. You pick more, you pick less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Watch those winnings roll in. I did not get my Prize Picks slate today. I got the freebie, Caleb Williams, but I still maintain if the defense wasn't playing as incredibly as it was and the Cowboys didn't get to go conservatively on offense, Lamb would have got there at minimum. I think Dak would have got there too. It's okay, though. It's just the one. I got $50 instantly by playing 5 over on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play 5. You don't need to win to get the bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. I say the defense played well. An understatement. I thought they played great. The defense, and if you want to include defense / special teams on the turf and touchdown return, that is the single biggest reason why the Dallas Cowboys won this football game. The defense was incredible. It was, in many ways, it was kind of similar to last year's Giants game, last year's Jets game, where like the offense was bad across from you and you just took care of business. Deshaun Watson got sacked 6 times. We'll look at the pressure numbers. There might have been like 20 pressures in that game. Like he was constantly under duress, held the ball way too long. I thought Watson was terrible. The Cowboys defense was great. Kalen Carson played well. Trayvon Diggs had the interception. Overshown had 11 tackles, by the way. He was good. The Cowboys going to start Maris Leafau. Hold you guys. Overshown and Kendricks. Kendricks had 2 sacks, by the way, on blitzes. Helped out by Parsons. Overshown had 1. They had 2 TFLs, multiple QB hits. Like, it was Kendricks had a pick off the tip from Micah Parsons. The defense looked great. I'll go back and watch once the All-22 is out. I would be surprised if I find a player like, yeah, he didn't play well. I think kind of everybody played well on defense. That was a very strong performance up front and should give everyone confidence as we move forward into the season. We will be here all season long, so do not miss out on any Dallas Cowboys news. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/CowboysTV. We will have updates for you whenever we get them on the Jake Ferguson injury. Update. MRI tomorrow on his left knee, wrapped in ice as he left the locker room. He's hoping it's just hyperextended. He said he could have played through it. Promising on the last-minute surprise as we're filming Jake Ferguson news. Hopefully it's okay. We will keep an eye on it. Because he just got paid, we should probably mention the quarterback, right? Thought he was okay in this game. I guess like a grade of like a C+. He was better in the first half. The entire offense was better in the first half. They very much went conservative, which I'm actually okay with because the Browns couldn't move the ball on offense. I was fine going conservative in that football game. The game was over at halftime. So I think Dak and Lamb have some stuff to work on. I think there was at least one miscommunication. Dak missed some throws. But I had thought if you were going to win this game, it had to be because Dak played great. Didn't have to be, actually. Watson was so terrible, and the Browns' offense was so ineffective, and your defense was so good, you blew them out of the water. So I think there is some rust to shake out on offense. I think your coaching staff, maybe because of Myles Garrett, maybe not, has some doubts about that offensive line. But I thought it was a good first half, not so good second half. Not that it mattered in the end, and give them like a C+ grade in the end. Who gets the game ball in this one? It's got to be somebody on defense. Overshown. I'd probably go. I thought Micah was your best player, even if that won't show up necessarily on the spreadsheet or on the score sheet. So I would go Micah, but there's a lot of great options on defense. So maybe just defensive game ball, period. Let me know in the comments of today's show. I want to hit my keys to victory real quick here. Number 1 was protect Dak Prescott. Was sacked 3 times. One of them by Zach Martin was allowed, by the way. That's kind of a red flag for me. They also moved the pocket a lot more than they normally do. I think that the game plan was to protect Dak. and mostly accomplished. They stopped the run. They showed the graphic at one point on screen, Chris. It was like at one point under pressure, Deshaun Watson was like 2 of 12 with a pick and 5 sacks. Pressure Watson, and bad things happen for the Browns. It happened again today. That one was spot on. Number 4 did not happen. That was not MVP performance out of Dak Prescott. Didn't need it to be. I'm not going to complain. I like it when you win football games. Call me crazy. Penalty boys were there. 11 for 85 in this game. It's a lot of penalties. Again, the Browns offense was so bad. Your defense was so good. 4 and 5 did not end up mattering. But you got to figure those things out as you get to week 2 and especially week 3 against the Ravens. Don't fall asleep. The Saints played very well against the Panthers in week 1.